I've been a storyteller for as long as I can remember. My mother, an artist, would take my sister and I outside to draw and trained us how to look. To sketch an image was to question, to wonder, and then tell its tale. Drawing for me became synonymous with storytelling. I loved drawing plants and animals the most, in the open air or from the printed page. I loved learning later that chimpanzees were hunters and imagined them collaborating with tools as they tromped through the jungle. Clouded leopards' bizarre pupils made me wonder what special, magical things they could see that other felines couldn't. Reality and fantasy sometimes mixed. Perhaps that clouded leopard could control the weather, and maybe the secret behind the enormity of dinosaurs was that they could photosynthesize. When I wasn't drawing, I was running around outside, collecting toads, climbing trees, pretending I was an adventurer and naming new species. And when I grew tired of both, I read. I grew up lucky. There were no iPads or smartphones in my childhood. Rather, I had access to acres of land and thousands of pages to explore. I was a muddy-footed girl with a creature in my hand, a book in my pocket, and a story on my lips. When I became a science teacher, it came as no surprise to anyone that I continued to use the arts in my classroom. Along with dissections, designing, prototyping, and testing models, and the dozens of projects were a barrage of stories. Complex chemical, mechanical, or biological systems separated and anthropomorphized, turned into relatable characters with missions and personalities. Now, kids could imagine actions and then go back later and uncover the science. My lessons on biology, chemistry, and geology were festooned with plays, poems, comics, parody songs, simulations, storyboarded, illustrated, translated, and then understood, remembered, retold. Through the use of stories, we connect with each other. We envision and predict a better future. We laugh, empathize, feel, imagine, and when you add a visual component to stories, it makes them stronger. Sometimes visuals create further inspiration. All of us have been in that classroom, you know the one, with a monotonous teacher who drones on and on, a simple PowerPoint illuminating a darkened classroom, and yet with visuals, things come alive. Suddenly words aren't just information, it isn't just a story, suddenly it's truth. I know from over a decade of experience working with middle and high schoolers, they are far more intelligent and complicated than most people give them credit for. They're also concerned about the state of their planet. From desertification and the destruction of rainforests to dead sea zones in the ocean, climate change, or the recent extinction of so many animals, they're concerned about the planet they are inheriting. So why not teach them the good? Why not teach them that they can be part of the solution rather than the problem? Why not teach them how together we can fix some of the underlying causes and strengthen the systems instead of destroying them? We're not going to change certain aspects of our culture like consumerism or capitalism, but we can start making our products, processes, cities, social ventures all more sustainable, smarter, more resilient, less wasteful, more beautiful. Biomimicry is one way to do that. When I told my students I was studying biomimicry, most looked at me confused and said, "Bio what?" And with a gleam in my eye, I'd launch into a tale. Shark skin-inspired technology that improved ship efficiency, or a new type of glass birds could see based off of spider webs? In every case, they responded the same way. "Whoa, that's so fascinating. That's fun. That's beautiful. Tell me more." I told my neighbors. I told my friends. I told anyone who would listen. And what I heard was the same. People want to hear solutions. They want hope. And they want to hear the stories. So that is what I gave them. Biomimicry helps us imagine a way to live in coexistence with nature, using clever, simple, gorgeous designs, a cleaner world, a more equitable world, a world of no waste, of abundance and appreciation, a world we want to live in. And that's the world we see in this book, Fabulous Creatures and How to Mimic Them. It is a way to connect with those kids, these energized, hopeful, smart young people who so desperately want to invest in their planet, to introduce them to the world and tales of animals and the inventions they've inspired, and to inspire them in turn to create their own, to see themselves as scientists, problem solvers, to give them space to design, brainstorm, wonder, fall in love, and then to turn away from their screens and get outside, to witness the beauty and magic in their own neighborhoods, the misunderstood or overlooked, the mundane and magical of each tree, insect, bird, mammal. Wonder, Adaptations and superpowers are everywhere if you just know how to look. The where is easy. By observing, you can start to uncover the stories of these creatures too. And this book helps you do that. And then, maybe, just maybe, stumble upon a way that we can make our way of living just a little bit sweeter.